Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about my recent portrait shoot using the Fujifilm GFX 50R and two lenses, the Fuji 45mm F2.8, a 35mm equivalent, and a Mitakon 65mm F1.4, it's around 50-52mm equivalent. I'm going to break this down into three parts, what I thought about the portrait session, number two, who is the setup for, and number three, who should buy this setup in 2021 with all the new releases. That feeling that you get when you swap from crop sense to full frame to medium format is also amazing. Let's first start off with the disadvantages. As you know, the focus system isn't like a Sony or a Canon, it's not phase focus, but it's good enough if you're just shooting photos and not too much action. But besides that, the Fujifilm 45mm F2.8 is amazing. The contrast, the sharpness, the way it looks, the rendering is so beautiful. I wish it was an F1.4, but hey, well, we can only hope, right? When you look at the video, I guess, the video of the 45mm is nice, it's beautiful. Like, this is something about medium format. Even though it's 1080p, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'll show you some examples as well of some 4K using the Samsung Note 10 Plus. And it's just not as good even though it's in 4K resolution. I feel like the sensor performance and the lens is what is creating really nice video footage. And if you go more in depth, you're talking about, 10-bit color, 12-bit color, and all that. That's not really what I'm talking about. But anyway, when you compare this to the Mitakon 65mm F1.4, it's a 65 to 50mm equivalent. It's a lot more portrait based and it's a lot more blurry, which is what I love. And the contrast isn't as much, it's a lot more softer, but it looks amazing, right? It's sharp enough. What do you guys think? I also shown some examples of three photos where I misfocus, because sometimes shooting manual focus at f1.4 medium format, you're bound to misfocus. But these are three images that I misfocus and it still looks good even though it's soft. But yeah, I probably focused it around here, just in front of the nose, and it's still very nice. But what do you guys think? I think it's great. The only two differences is that when I was editing the Mitakon 65mm, the picture was a bit more green. I really had to correct it and introduce a lot more pinks and purples into the image to match it with the Fujifilm. So it's not so hard once you have all the settings right there. But yeah, they don't equally balance out straight out. But after you edit it, they look quite similar. And that's basically it. Which one do I like more? I like both. I wish the Fuji was an f1.4. I wish the Mitakon was an autofocus lens. But in the end, it's easy enough to manual focus. And f2.8, given the sharpness and the resolution that you get, it's an amazing lens. So this camera and lens combinations for those who really wants the best image quality and not too concerned about bokeh, but the way the bokeh looks. Because if you want the best bokeh and I guess sharp autofocus, I would still refer people to go back to full frame and get the f1.2 lenses. But if you want nice image quality with nice rendering of bokeh, the Fujifilm is where it's at. Now in 2021, we've got the Canon R6, Canon R5, Sony a7S III, a7 Mark IV coming up, and yeah, the Nikon Z6 II, Z7 II. Who is this camera for? Should you buy this in 2021? That all depends on your budget and how much you want to spend. Like these days, lenses f1.2, the Canon equivalent 50mm RF or the 85mm RF, that's knocking you down 3,000-4,000 AUD, and medium format lenses cost the same. Like the body as well. The 50R is very similar to how much the Canon R5 costs and somewhat similar to how much the Nikon Z7 costs, Mark II. So they're not too different. It just depends on your shooting style and what you want to shoot. If you do have a bit more money, the GFX 100S is coming up, and that's 100 megapixels, but stabilize, phase detect, autofocus, and that's going to be amazing. But then do you really have the computer to process all that information? Because for me, I prefer a 30 megapixel medium format. That's really where I'm at, because I like quick editing. Recently, I got the Canon R6, and I'm enjoying the editing so much more than the Canon EOS R. At the moment, I got the latest iMac 27-inch, full spec and all that, and editing photos from the Fujifilm 50R is still a bit too slow for me, and it's affecting my workflow. So if you don't mind a slower workflow, the GFX 100S is amazing, but be sure you need a very fast computer.
Great. I like it when you're naturally smiling, by the way.
Like in all, I'd recommend this for someone who has a lot of money, who's making, doing really nice commercial prints, and he's not really too bothered about autofocus and all that, and you really care about image quality and how the bokeh looks and the rendering and things like that. If you really want speed and I guess reliability and all that, I would definitely go down the full frame route, either Nikon, Sony, Canon. That's what I would do. But if you have money coming in, get both cameras. Get one full frame, one medium format, because they're both very different tools for the job, and it just depends on what you guys want, what you guys are shooting, and what you're planning to shoot. But anyway, hope you guys love this video and the images that came out of it. Hope it helps you second guess how good medium format is. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe, like, and ask me any questions you may have. I'll be sure to answer you back very quickly. Enjoy your day. We'll see you soon.